Welcome students. Today we are going to study Geography chapter 2nd, Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife Resources, remaining part. In this part, second video. First of all, water. Water is very important aspect for all living beings for their survival. Water plays an important role in hydrological cycle, that is water cycle. Now 3/4 of Earth's surface is covered with vital renewable natural resource known as water. Now here vital means very important, and renewable means which we can get it back. So water is one of the renewable natural resource, and near about 3/4 of the Earth's surface which is covered by such a vital renewable natural resource, that is called water. Oceans covers about 2/3 of the Earth's surface and supports a rich variety of plants and animal life. As we know, 71% proportion covered by the water on the planet Earth, and among that near about 97% of the water that is saline water, that is salty water. However, it is saline and not useful for human consumption. Means whatever the water proportion is there, among that actual water proportion which is in the large proportion, that is saline, that is salty water, and which is not fit for human consumption directly, but it plays very important role in hydrological cycle, water cycle. Fresh water accounts for only 2.7%, and 70% of this occurs as ice sheets and glaciers in Antarctica, Greenland and mountain regions. Now see, my dear students, among the fresh water availability, from that also 2.7% water which is fresh water, and from that 70% of the water which is available in the ice sheets, glaciers, which we know on the Antarctica, Greenland and mountainous regions such as Himalaya, mountain peaks. Such fresh water is available in the caps of these mountains on the land of Greenland, Antarctica, and they are inaccessible because of their location. The location very far, as well as due to the height of the mountainous regions, as well as due to the temperate zone, frigid zone. Cause of that we cannot get this water easily, or this water proportion which is inaccessible to human beings. Thus only 1% of fresh water is useful for human consumption. See, my dear students, as we look towards the planet Earth, we used to feel that the planet Earth color is bluish color, and that bluish color indicates water proportion, even though on the planet Earth near about 2/3 proportion which covered by the water, but then to fresh water, the water which is fit for human consumption, only 1%. And for that reason government calls that save water, save life. Water can neither be added nor subtracted from the earth, and its total volume remains constant. Just water states change one to another, but its proportion, its volume remains constant on the planet. Its abundance seems to vary only because of the constant motion cycling through oceans, the air, the land and back again through the process of evaporation, precipitation and runoff. See, the water proportion, the water volume remains constant, but the water states change one to another, such as evaporation, precipitation and runoff. Evaporation, water due to with the help of the sunlight, water get evaporated, then in the form of the clouds again its precipitation process takes place, and with the help of precipitation we get rainfall and the water runoff. This already we know, or this already we used to say as water cycle or hydrological cycle. Now, problems of water availability. Which are the problems cause of that water is inaccessible to us? Most part of the world are facing shortage in the freshwater supply, especially the countries those who are located on the equatorial region. Countries located in climatic zones most susceptible to droughts face great problems of water scarcity, such as India, such as Africa, central part of Africa, North America, south part of North America. These countries which falls near the equatorial region, climatic zones, especially their water scarcity is there. Thus, water shortage may be consequence of variation in seasonal or annual precipitation. Seasonal or annual precipitation or the scarcity is caused by the overexploitation and contamination of water sources. See, why water shortage or why water shortage problems are facing by the countries? Due to the over exploitation, over use of water, contamination of water, unwanted things get mixed into the water bodies, then water becoming contaminated, and then the shortage of water we face, as well as consequence of variation in seasonal or annual precipitation. Seasonal or annual precipitation, such as suppose India receives India receives rainfall due to the monsoon winds, and such annual or seasonal precipitation, when variation will be there, then the particular area received water shortages. So thus problems of water availability, in this case we can use to say that the climatic zones, the countries which are there situated located in climatic zones, as well as variation in seasonal or annual precipitation, over exploitation of or overuse of water, contamination of water sources. These are the factors which create problems, which creates problems in water availability. And for that reason, what we have to do? Conservation of water sources, conservation, preservation of natural resources. To get access to clean and adequate water sources, steps have been taken to preserve this resource. We know very well that water is very, very important for all living beings, for living beings' survival, and everybody requires clean and adequate water sources. But because of some of the human interference, water shortage we are facing nowadays, many countries are facing nowadays. There is a big challenge in front of the countries to make it available, clean drinking water facilities to all, to commoners. For that reason, some of the measures we have to take to get availability of clean and adequate water facility to all. Forest and other vegetation cover slow the surface runoff and replenish underground water. Now see, forest and other vegetation cover slow the surface. Slow the surface because of the forest and because of the vegetation cover, water get seepage under the ground. And surface runoff. Surface runoff means when the water falls on the ground, when forest or vegetation cover will be not there, speedily that water wiped out or wash out from that area, then we can see soil erosion also, and water also becoming water shortages also faced in the particular area. So for that reason, forest and vegetation cover, thick vegetation cover is our responsibility where we are living. Water harvesting is another method to save the surface runoff. During the rainy season, simply water falling on the roofs, on the terraces, and that water is after some times means it get wasted from, and during the summer season we faced water problem. So water harvesting is one of very important method or very important way in which region or in which areas water shortage problems are severe. The canals used for irrigating field should be properly lined to minimize losses of water seepage. Big canals, when we dug, and in that canals what is happening, cause of the water seepage, lot of water losses. For that reason, these canals should be built properly. Sprinklers effectively irrigate the area by checking water losses through seepage and evaporation. Sprinklers effectively irrigate the area by checking water losses through seepage and evaporation. Means sprinkle irrigation also one of very important method for providing water to the plants as well as saving the water. In dry regions with high rates of evaporation, drip or trickle irrigation is very useful. In dry regions such as the areas which receives very less rainfall, as well as where high rates of evaporation, in those areas drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, trickle irrigation, these methods quite useful. The valuable water resource can therefore be conserved by adopting these means of irrigation. So conservation of water resources, how we conserve? By following various methods, by following various steps, we can conserve water for future purpose, as well as we can also tackle the problem of water shortage in our areas. Now, natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation and wildlife exist only in the narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere, that we call the biosphere. See here, natural vegetation, here we can see lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. Litho means land, hydro means water and atom means air. Where lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere contact, that narrow zone, cause of that biosphere exist. And in the biosphere, bio means living life, natural vegetation and wildlife exist only in the narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. In the biosphere, living beings are interrelated and interdependent on each other for survival. See, in the biosphere, living beings, they depend upon the hydrosphere, such as living beings, they require water, they require air, as well as they require land for the survival, for food, for growing food. So hence these in the biosphere or living beings, they depend on one another. They are interrelated and interdependent on each other for their survival. This life supporting the system is known as ecosystem. Ecosystem, life supporting system, such as for the biosphere means natural vegetation and wildlife survival purpose, lithosphere is important, hydrosphere is essential, as well as atmosphere is essential. So this all life supporting system is known as ecosystem. Wildlife includes animals, birds, insects as well as the aquatic life forms. Aquatic life forms, ocean animals. The birds feed on insects and act as decomposers as well. Birds feed on insects such as vulture, such as we used to say eagle. These birds feed on insects, and they act as decomposers also and make the surrounding clean. Vulture, due to its availability to feed on dead livestock, vulture especially is recognized, which is based on the dead livestock, as well as is a scavenger and considered a vital cleanser of the environment. So that's why vulture, these birds also, they help to maintain ecosystem clean and tidy. So animal, big or small, all are integral to maintaining balance in the ecosystem. We have seen the examples of some of the birds, vultures, which act as decomposers. So this is natural vegetation and wildlife as well as about the ecosystem. Now distribution of natural vegetation. Natural vegetation on the planet Earth, this natural vegetation not distributed equally everywhere. Natural vegetation, as we know, plants require temperature, moisture, water availability for their growth. So, on all the planet Earth, these all substances are not distributed equally, such as temperature. Some of the zones receive high temperature, some zones receive very less temperature, some of the areas which receives high moisture or less moisture. So availability of these factors creates variation in the distribution of natural vegetation. The major vegetation types of the world are grouped as forest, grasslands, scrubs and tundra. In 7th standard we studied about some of the regions which are thickly covered by the forest areas, some of the areas where thick grasslands are there, some areas where shrubs are grown, and some of the areas, tundras, means where absence of trees especially found. So the major vegetation type of the worlds are grouped as forest, such as we have seen Amazon forest, grasslands, savanna grassland, in America prairies, scrubs and shrubs, tundra vegetation. In areas of heavy rainfall where we especially found heavy rainfall on the planet Earth, on the equatorial region, on equatorial zone, because of their high temperature as well as lot of moisture availability due to the sun rays falling straight on equatorial region. So there, in areas of heavy rainfall, huge trees thrive, huge trees properly available over there, properly grown over there. Forests are thus associated with areas having abundant water supply. There huge trees can thrive. As the number of moisture decreases, means for growing huge trees, lot of moisture required. But as the moisture decreases, the size of the trees and their density, thickness reduces. Short stunted trees and shrubs grow in regions of moderate rainfall, such as Africa, such as north western part of our country, where due to the moderate rainfall or due to less rainfall, shrubs or scrubs especially grow. In dry areas, thorny shrubs and scrubs grow in low rainfall areas. So where very less rainfall or no rainfall, there thorny shrubs and scrubs grow. So in this way, on the planet Earth, natural vegetation or the cover of natural vegetation is not equal. there is unequal distribution of natural vegetation. Cause of the unequal distribution of temperature, availability of water as well as availability of moisture. Now, conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. As we know that natural vegetation, thick natural vegetation, how is important for all living beings. For that reason, conservation of this natural vegetation is very important, as well as wildlife, because of the ecosystem. In the ecosystem, wildlife plays very important role, and for that reason conservation of wildlife resources is also very important challenge in front of all human beings. Changes in climate and human interference can cause the loss of natural habitats for the plants and animals. Changes in climate due to the changes such as irregularity in the atmosphere, such as we used to say due to the human intervention, globalization, global warming, as well as delaying in the rainfall availability in the particular area. So for that reason there is a losses are happening on these natural habitats. Deforestation, such as deforestation, human beings for their profit purpose cutting down forest, they build their factories, roads, transportation, soil erosion due to the hunger to get more produce from the agriculture. These people, they use lot of fertilizer, lot of insecticides, and cause of that soil erosion takes place. Constructional activities, highways, building dams and all, forest fire, such as nowadays we can used to say in America, forest fire is a great threat in front of the America, one of the number one developed country, as well as tsunami and landslides are some of the human and natural factors that accelerate the process of extinction of these resources. Due to the deforestation, soil erosion, constructional activities, forest fire, tsunami, landslides, natural vegetation and wildlife comes in great threat, and the process of extinction of these resources can be takes place. One other major concern is the poaching, illegal hunting, illegal killing, that result in a sharp decline in the number of particular species, particular breeds, animal species, due to the poaching. People, especially for their entertainment, for their happiness, as well as for trading activities, business activities, to sell the body parts of the animals, they do poaching, and cause of that some of the species may be extinct. National parks or wildlife sanctuaries, which is reserved for the forest as well as for the wildlife. Biosphere reserves are made to protect our natural vegetation and wildlife. See, government plans for natural vegetation, natural vegetation protection as well as wildlife protection purpose. Government reserved some of the areas, that is called as national parks or wildlife sanctuaries. So these national parks, wildlife sanctuaries protect our natural vegetation and wildlife. Conservation of creeks, lakes and wetlands. Creeks, small rivulets, lakes and wetlands is necessary to save the precious resource from depletion. Precious resource, natural vegetation from depletion. So these are the various measures for conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. Which is especially due to the human interference, we can take the major steps for conserving natural vegetation and wildlife. Now, awareness program. Some of the awareness, due to awareness programs, such as in school we do rally, we do street plays. Some of the NGOs, they also run various programs for awareness, which are very helpful for the society. So such as some of the awareness programs, with the help of those awareness programs, by running some of the awareness programs, we can save these very important natural resources, such as vegetation and wildlife. Awareness programs like social forestry and One Mahotsav are also established at the regional and community level. Many a times, we in from the school, we organize some of the campaigns or programs to go to forest, to visit forest areas, planting trees over there, planting campaign, planting siblings in the school ground, around the school buildings. So such programs also makes matter a lot. School children are also encouraged to bird watch and visit nature camps, so that they appreciate the habitat of varied species. Many countries have passed laws against the trade as well as the killing of the birds and animals. Many of the countries, they run the programs, various programs, as well as they passed various laws against the trade, illegal trade, such as poaching, hunting, etc. So against the trade, such trade, which especially killing of birds and animals, in these activities engaged. In India, killing lions, tigers, deers, great Indian bustard and peacocks is illegal. Government given to them authorized protection. There is a ban, or there is a strict action in the person who engage in such a type of poaching activities, gets severe punishment. Meanwhile, an international convention cites, such as cites the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Flora, plants life, and fauna, animal life, been established, that listed several species of animals and birds in which trade is prohibited. Means international convention means sites. This site works that this some of the birds or animals which some of the species banned on their illegal trading, as well as hunting. So these awareness programs we have seen our Indian governments also our governments also followed, as well as international level sites. This organization also work to preserve or to protect some of the natural vegetation species as well as wildlife species. I hope you understand this chapter. Thank you.